Hi, Erik, Linask here at Interop in Las Vegas, talking with Dirk Gates from Xirrus. Dirk, thanks for joining me this morning.
Happy to be here.
So, let's start off. This is, I believe, the second year that Xirrus has had a boxing ring at your booth here at Interop. So, I'm wondering, what's the significance of the boxing ring, and
Sure.
how does it play into what Xirrus is doing?
Well, at Xirrus, we take a very different approach to wireless. We're really looking for wireless to replace wired networks. And the boxing ring is our way of kind of making our fight against the perception of wireless not being capable of handling that job, rendering that explicit, just actually having fun with it, showing us fighting the general industry perception that wireless isn't ready to replace wired. In our opinion, sure is. And in the boxing ring, we win every time.
So, obviously, there's been significant enhancements to wireless technologies. So why is there still a perception that that Wi-Fi is still lagging so far behind wired?
You know, the latest enhancements are less than a year old, getting to the latest standard that allows data rates now at 300 and soon 450 megabits per second. That's really been the big breakthrough, where you can really view wireless as having the same speed and potential as wired networking. That, and then generally figuring out how to deploy a wireless network with enough capacity and being able to handle the density that's going to be required to replace wired. That's what we're really doing, is bringing that sort of new architectural breakthrough to the market to allow you to deploy a true all wireless as your primary means of connectivity for your network in the enterprise.
And is wireless today truly capable of handling the high throughput video and other heavy content that needs to be delivered?
Absolutely is. And we've got customers that regularly have typically thousands of users on the wireless simultaneously, using it for things such as viewing videos, certainly web surfing, all sorts of pretty high intensity network traffic, doing it flawlessly.
Now, what do you guys do differently from some of the other wireless vendors out there that allows your customers to be able to have that kind of high availability, high throughput access?
Well, we're the only wireless vendor that got founded on trying to scale up the performance and capacity of a wireless network. And for Wi-Fi, what we did really was borrow a cue from the cellular industry. A decade ago, they had to go through the same transition. They really had to scale up capacity dramatically to handle the onslaught of all the new subscribers. So if you drive around town, you'll never see a cellular base station with just a single radio. You're always seeing a tower, lots of radios, usually organized radially with different sectorized antennas covering a different section of town. We took that same concept and applied it to Wi-Fi. We brought it indoors and built an indoor Wi-Fi cellular base station, up to 16 radios inside a single device, each with a sectorized antenna that has twice or more the reach of a traditional access point. So where you end up is you're putting up a lot fewer devices in your network. You're ending up with a lot less cable pulled in your network, a lot fewer switch ports to back end it, and a lot more capacity, because at the end of the day you have more radios in the air. So it's a win-win.
But doesn't that also mean that if something goes wrong with one of those access points, you suddenly lose access to a lot more people?
Well, in general, the array itself has got radios organized such that there's overlapping coverage. Any single radio fails, you still have coverage from other radios. And if a properly deployed Wi-Fi network, even if an entire device fails, you still have coverage from the other devices. They automatically sense the absence of signal nearby. They can extend the size of their cells and cover the holes dynamically.
What are some of the key vertical markets that you're seeing interest in?
The key vertical markets we're seeing are the ones that have always been leaders in deploying Wi-Fi. Education is certainly one of the large verticals. The education market, whether it be K through 12 or university, has long ago made a decision they're going to be completely wireless. They can't pull wire to every desk. They can't put wire in every building. Right. So these are some of our largest customers, both large school districts as well as universities, and they put pretty heavy demands on a network, and we're meeting them nicely. Healthcare has been another early adopter. Hospitals can't afford to have things tethered, so they're very heavy users of wireless. Manufacturing is going that route as well. They realize that trying to drag cable onto the manufacturing floor limits their ability to reconfigure their lines quickly, so they're very heavy users of wireless. But ultimately, I believe even the general enterprise is going to have to move in that direction. Increasingly, people come into the office from home where they've had multiple Wi-Fi devices working on their home AP, and they're used to that untethered lifestyle, only to arrive in the enterprise and find out that none of it works. So I think there's mounting pressure on enterprise IT to start to put in fully wall-to-wall, pervasive, and high-capacity Wi-Fi networks to support that same sort of productivity in the office that everyone enjoys at home today.
What about real-time voice and video over Wi-Fi? Is that, are we at a place where it's reliable enough and we don't have to deal with packet loss and delay?
The Wi-Fi Alliance and the standards bodies, the 802.11 standards, have added a tremendous amount of capability on top of the basic standards with quality of service capabilities and multimedia capabilities, where Wi-Fi today really can do everything that wire can do in the areas of voice and video. It's all standards based. You really don't need any secret sauce today. A good, well-deployed Wi-Fi network handles voice and video just fine.
So what's it really going to take for the wired network to go away?
I think it's going to take that revolt of the everyday user walking into the enterprise and saying, why can't I use my iPhone and my iPad and my notebook the same way I use them at my home? We really want to have the Wi-Fi. And I think increasingly as businesses start to deploy Wi-Fi as a cost savings as well during these economic times, they're going to realize that it's a win-win. They're spending less money to keep everyone connected, and everybody's happier because they're not tethered.
Great, makes a lot of sense. Talking here at Interop in Las Vegas with Dirk Gates from Xirrus. Dirk, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you.